Hello, and welcome back to a Fishy Plant Man plant production. Okay, I was talking to the angelfish, the one that talks, and he said that he thinks the fish are getting a lot of attention and thought the plants deserved one of their own, just like a video with no fish in it, just the plants. Okay. Anyway, the plants are doing a couple of things. Well, a couple of the plants are doing something. And first, I thought I would show, not in its home, but the big Hoya. Not that it's a big Hoya, but of my two, this is the bigger version of it. And why am I showing it? Well, the plant's trying to cheat a little bit. There's one that is a peduncle. There we are with the whole peduncle thing again. But yeah, that's a peduncle just starting. The big one has decided to have a go. And being bigger, it thinks it has to put on a better show. Well, maybe it could do a bit better than it is. I don't know, maybe it will. But way out here, yep, there's another one. A little further along. Maybe if I put it on the green leaf. Zoom out just a little. Well, not zoom out, but yep. That's a little later. Not like the little one. Can I do something? There we go. Maybe that helps. Yeah, a little later in the development. Now, you might recall when the little one bloomed, it was a bit further along when I caught it. Well, this is a bit further along now. When I first saw it, this one was about halfway, and this one over here, I hadn't even noticed yet. So maybe it'll do more. That tip looks like it might be promising. I don't know. Probably not. So yeah, there might be a third one on the way. You got these two tips over here, which are interesting. There's two tips there. Yeah. So, it's got various colored leaves. I've got one up here that's all but dead. It didn't want to come off yet, though. But yeah, the big one has decided, you know what? I can put on a show, too. So we have that to look forward to. And what is the other plant doing? Well, we have to go over to Monstera land over here. It's not, completely Monstera land, but there is two. There's this one, which lives over here, There's some healthy leaves on the little Monstera. Adansonii, monkey face mask, whatever you want to call it. But we're not talking about it. Well, we're kind of talking about it a little bit. No. We are talking more about this one. The big Monstera. Literally. Monstera deliciosa. Yep. Hasn't put out another, what do they call that? Fenestrated leaf? I'm forgetting my terms. I haven't talked about it so long. This is the old one. So far, it hasn't put out another one. We got all these solid leaves. Or has it? Well, would you look at that? It has. This is the second leaf since the light has been on. And I don't want to, show much of the light, but there it was for a moment. I don't want to turn it off. I haven't interfered with its schedule yet, and it wouldn't be an interference. It would just be, turning it off for a few minutes while I film this. But I haven't done that. And at first, it put out that big leaf behind it almost immediately after the light went up. But it's just a solid leaf. We didn't get anything. And then this one has been out for a couple of days now, and it does. So was it the light up there? Maybe. But if I consider other things, it was doing good when I got it. This is the leaf that survived. It came with 2 leaves. This one survived and the other one died. I thought this one would be dead by now too. Clearly it's not. It is still going strong. I think I've got some videos of when I first got this plant. It had this leaf and then one that promptly died. The one that died kind of proved, trying to think, I don't know if it was on video or not. Maybe it didn't prove it. But this one can do what I want it to. And that is to have both these fenestrations that go out to the side of the leaf like that one, or if you like, this one now, but also perforations, which is holes like Adansonia here, which don't go out to the edge of the leaf. This plant can do both. It's a version that can do both. Like I said, I think the young leaf that promptly died had both. But I definitely seen both on the mother plant. Both the perforations and the smaller holes. The finished... Well, I guess these are the... fenestrated while the other's perforated. Whichever way around or however it is, it can do it. And, it's proving it can do it. But did that happen because of the extra light? Maybe. Maybe it got set back. And I am told that top cuttings, I seem to remember from somewhere, top cuttings don't set back. They just continue. Well, technically, while this is a top cutting, the fact that the newest, youngest leaf died kind of made it not a top cutting. Technically. Wouldn't that make it not a top cutting because the tip died? I don't know. I don't know for sure. But maybe it was just set back. Different environment, different way of growing. It's growing in water now rather than in a pot. Maybe it just got set back and took 7 leaves to get back to where it could start doing this again. I don't know. Either way, I'm happy, and I'm going to try to let it stay in this aquarium for a while longer to see what it does without putting it through another major shock. But I am a little disappointed. Like I say, if I took the light away, would it continue to the Delicios? Would it continue to progress, or would it fall back again? Because Adansonii, I think I talked about that burn, and then I thought, well, if it continues growing over, it will be fine because the new leaves will be used to it. And that might be the last one that wasn't used to it. Well, there's two there. But as you get over here to like these at the corner, yeah, they did it too. And they grew under the light. Like I say, its schedule has not been disturbed. It comes on and it goes off. But it is burning leaves that didn't even exist before the light. The ones that existed before the light make sense. But ones after, you would think they would grow to tolerate it, but they're not. Parts of them are taking damage. Maybe where they're getting hit most directly is what's getting the damage. I'm not sure. But I have to think about that. Even new leaves that didn't exist are coming out and ultimately getting burnt. So like I said, I gotta think about this whole thing and, make a decision or two. But we got blooms on the way, and hopefully the next leaf will at least have one, if not two, and maybe the other kind of hole, if you will. We'll have to wait and see. But it's a start. Kind of literally. Alright. Talk to you next time.